Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is The Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine most passionate program. And today, we're going to give you more blind tastings because something that my mom taught me a long time ago, give the people what they want. And the people have been asking for more blind tastings. We had a great blind tasting with the California Napa Cabs, and today we're going Zinfandel hunting. We're going red Zins under 15 bones that are blind. So I'm excited about trying this. Ian bagged them up, and we're going to rock them out, and we'll see what's going on here. We've got 4 different Zins. Super excited about that. Great to be back in the Thunder saddle. Feels good, Mott. Feels cozy, feels at home, and a lot of cool stuff going on, including I'm going to put to bed the rest of the 4th generation wristband. You've been hearing about it. People have been rumoring. You know, we had the black one.
iPhone and the 4th.
That's right. The iPhone rumors and the 4th generation wristband rumors are being confirmed here today. This is the 3rd generation with the Thunder. The second one had the Wine Library TV logo, and the first was the black with the sticky-on thing. There will be a 4th generation, and the 4th generation is really interesting. Let me just grab this, because it is going to be given exclusively to the people that have bought the book, but even more so, we're going to give a heads up, an advantage. The first people who are going to get it are the people who are going to be involved in our June 4th Father's Day 4th generation wristband contest. I'll talk about that later. I'm excited about it. Let's go. Wine number 1. These are all Zinfandels. Now, Zins are really fruity, really explosive wines. A lot of people have really gotten into them. They've got a big following. In the late 90s, they really started getting hot. Early 2000s with, Martinelli and Turley leading the way. They become big explosive wines that a lot of people started being really interested in. They rolled in that, $18 to $25 range. Great scores from Parker and Spectator, and they really took off. Then we saw a big dip from 2003 to 2006 where there was just a softness in the market. There was too many. People were drinking Spanish wines and Australian wines, which I think took away from the Zinfandel sales. But we've seen a little bit of a resurgence, and I'm really into Zins. I think they really serve a great purpose. They're fruit-driven wines, sometimes pepper and spiciness, and I really appreciate them, and so I'm excited about trying this, and this is wine number 1. Has some nice little color. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Kind of limited on its nose. Limited. Kind of like a basketball player who can't go to his left. Little hints of strawberry. Little cherry juice, but kind of limited on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. You like that, Mott? You saw that? It was a double. It's a rare thing. I don't really show it too often. It's my secret. I get nice little strawberries, medium-bodied wine, nothing too crazy, not too much alcohol on the back-end finish. Sometimes under $15 Zins, I find a lot of times you become Puff the Magic Dragon, kind of like if you light a match here, Explosion City. But I'm feeling very subtle alcohol, which I appreciate. I get a little asparagus tip, a little greenness there going on. I get nice little subtle strawberry flavors. It's a medium-bodied wine with some fresh fruit. Not bad. Nothing special either. Doesn't really excite me. Basic, solid, red Zinfandel. Solid stuff. I'm going to score it. I'm going to actually score it quietly to myself right now and then unveil to you. Get a little bit more surprise. A little more fun. Wine number 2. Zoom in there, Mott. Oh, Mott. Today is Wednesday, and I'm actually in San Francisco today at a book signing at Borders between 7 and 9 p.m. Oh, baby! Lizzie is going to kill me. It took 400 and something episodes, but we finally did it. The first real mess. Oh, it's one of my favorite shirts.
I feel it then.
Wine number 2, Mott. Sit in real quick while I change this so I can soak it in water. Sit in and talk. Tell him something. Oh, God, it's devastating.
So is that great? I finally feel avenged for the stain on the floor. Zinfandel. You know, it's a Wednesday, but it almost feels like a Saturday.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, he's off, so.
Keep talking.
We could read from the book. I really don't have much to say. So long.
That's why I love the Thunder Show. You just never know what's going to happen. Wine number 2. Oh, man. And I jammed my third finger. It hurts. Let's see what's going on here. Now, this nose I like. Right off the bat. Nice chocolate, little straw. No. Chocolate and raspberry, very heavy. I mean, aromatically, no comparison to the last wine, bringing a lot more thunder on the nose. Very good fruit, very dark, almost like an exotic $6, $7 chocolate bar. Really good. I mean, exceptional nose. Let's give it a whirl. This reminds me of, what was that candy that had like yellow on the outside and red in the middle? It was like a soft candy that had like 2 flavors, one on the outside, one in the middle.
I can't think of it.
God, I can picture it. I remember the yellow and the red. This is gorgeous because it has so much inner explosiveness. A lot of red fruit in the mid palate. Very, very explosive, very rich, creamy, almost like a gorgeous Belgian dessert. I mean, if you've ever had like, custard and raspberries fresh from the garden. What I like is the dryness and the high level of tannins. Really nice on the mid palate. Almost makes me sucker up a little. Oh, that's called pucker, not sucker. Pucker up a little bit. Very dry, good firm tannins, very real, while being exotic and fruit forward. I think it can appease a little bit of the old world. Not all the way though, because there's so much fruit here. But this is the kind of wine I see a lot of people getting to really enjoy. It's just a solid effort. It gets a little bit too oaky for me on the finish. The one thing, as I talk, it gets a little bit oak-defied, little oak monster on the back end. But the fruit is pure and the fruit is pretty good. Definitely a more interesting wine than the last wine. I gotta admit, as it develops a little bit on my palate here, I am concerned about the oak vanilla thing on the back end. So close is this wine, so close. Let's move on. Wine number 3. The Ritz. I'm dying to watch that in slow-mo. Any of you video people that have got mad skills, please send me a loop of that, like over and over. I'd love to put that against some music and just watch it. It's pretty funny. So, video skill people, please. And video skill people, let me let everybody know. I'm going to give you a little preview time. A major grand prize coming up in August. We've got a big contest. It's going to be a video contest where you spoof Wine Library TV. We did this about a year and a half ago with VO.com. We're going to do this one within Wine Library. You can use Vidler, YouTube, whatever you like, but it's going to be a huge contest with a magnificent grand prize, so I would almost start now. I'm going to probably announce it like in mid-June, but I'm putting it now so you can start getting ready. You're going to want to be a part of this. We're finalizing the grand prize. It is sick! Sniffy sniff. Now, wine number 3 is coming a little bit more polished. Wine number 2 is a little more fruit-forward. One was a little bit closed on the nose. This one has a little bit more of a earthiness kind of thing going on the nose. I'm also enjoying the pomegranate flavor that I'm getting. A little hint of oak. but very fresh fruit coming through. Let's give it a whirl. Nice ripeness, good fruit. This is like blackberry surprise exploding in your mouth. Kind of like putting a little bit of a fruit, but it's a little time bomb, and you just go, you know, and then the fruit is just everywhere, and it's delicious. Blackberry for days. I get some dark cassis flavors as well. There's a secondary, almost like rhubarb flavor on the back end, which I'm really liking. Tighter. You know what this is? It's a little bit darker fruit than this, but this is like this without the over oaked in the back, right? Giving it much more balance, which I think is essential to vino. And also, I'm a little bit off on that, guys, because I got to admit now, on the back end, big explosion, secondary white pepper flavor, which is totally different than the last wine, but I'm really feeling this one, and this one is doing its work. I like the mouthfeel. I like the food friendliness of this wine. I think it can do a lot of damage in the future. Nice wine. What I say by it can do a lot of damage in the future, I honestly think this is a wine that you can put away for 4 or 5 years and really go back to. And the fact that it's under 15 bucks, I'm dying to see what wine number 3 is. And wine number 4. Rinse. Give it a whirl. It's one of those days, Mom. One of those days. Sniffy sniff. Another pretty good nose. So after a very aromatically challenged wine, we've gone into some good ones. This is very different. This almost has like a laundry detergent kind of thing going on. It has some really nice black cherry fruit coming through as well. A little clovey clove action for all the kids out there. Interesting. Mom, check on my shirt in the lunchroom. My mom and AJ and Grandma just walked in. Another solid effort. Mom, this is a good show. I mean, again, this is why I like Red Zinfandel. Unlike Cabernet and Merlot, I think there's a lot of good Red Zins. 16, 17, 13, 12. To me, it's like the last oasis of California red wines at a value price point. I really think it's tough now to get great value in California under 15 bucks in a lot of the red wine categories. I still think Zinfandel is holding on for dear life. I think the prices have gone down a little bit. This is Cherry City, USA. I mean, this is somebody shooting. Remember that gun that had like the discs? The little yellow discs? The gun disc? That's what this is. Little discs of cherries. And you're just like this. And just shooting because they're thin. And the reason I use the discs, instead of a pellet or a gun, is that there's a thin approach to the cherries, almost like a now and later. Remember the now and later sticks? Like very, very intense, short, and tight. Good roundness. It drops off a little bit. I don't like the finish. It kind of Caspers me on my back end. You know, just disappears. I'm like, what? Why did it do that? Angry about that. Otherwise, a very solid wine, quaffing. Drink it now because the finish kind of disturbs me for long term. But good fruit, well made, just lacking a little bit of the fruit on the back end. And that's where I'm going with that. And so now I'm going to organize these in the order that I like them. Let's go like this. And really, this is a really funny thing. 86, 87, 88, and 90. So, all did very well in my opinion. The 86-point Zinfandel is Rutherford Ranch 2005 Zinfandel. This wine is $13.60. It is 90 points Wine Enthusiast. And, I guess we differ a little bit on that, but for $13.60 and 86-point wine, I mean, if we go back to my notes, they were okay. I mean, I lost everything. That big incident here just erased everything, so I don't remember what happened there, but that's wine number 1. Yeah, it's too much of an I can't get to it. Wine number 2 is the 87-point wine fourth wine of the bunch, and that is the Sagacio 2006 Sonoma Zinfandel. This wine rolls in at $15 US. And very popular brand. A lot of you love this producer. To me, it was pretty good. Not bad at all. Again, if it didn't disappear on the tail end there with the finish, it could have really been one of the better wines. Wine number 2 got 88 points and is Simi. Look at this, a brand that I diss a lot. I always talk about Simi being overpriced, standard stuff. Kudos to them on their 05 Sonoma County Zin. 88 points in my opinion, 14 bones. Very solid, really good wine. I was really hot on it until it got a little oaked on the finish. But if I didn't catch that tail end, it could have won this whole darn thing. Good job by Simi. And the wine of the bunch that I like the most, 90 points. Oh, screw top. Magito. Never even heard of this brand. Magito. Now, this is a little cheater. 75% Zinfandel, which allows it to be called Zinfandel, but it's 8% Cab, 5% Syrah, 6% Sangiovese, 4% Merlot, and 2% Petite Syrah. You see that? $13 US, 87 points Wine Spectator. Pretty funny, right? This was a 90, and I gave it an 87 from the Enthusiast. This I gave 90, and the Spectator gave it 87. Proves once again, guys, once again, scores mean nothing. It's your own personal pal. And this, embrace your palate, because that's the only palate you have. Keep it tight to you, and that's the one that you decide whether you like a wine or not. I love this wine. I also like the fact that I think, Mott, remind me now, I did talk heavily about balance on this wine. And again, this is another indication to me that when you start using other grape varietals, you can make a little bit more of it. You know, so why America was so great, right? It was a melting pot. It's always good to have a little bit of this balance. The gray zone, as I call it, is where the world lives, and that's where it's kind of a nice thing. Not everything is black and white. It's just not. I know my dad disagrees. Anyway, great wine. Really excited. Good show. Wild show. Want to give some shout outs at the end here now. This is how we do the show now. A little bit more laid back at the end. Mike Freeze, happy 30th birthday to you, my man. Happy birthday. Jared Levy turns 2-1, Mott. He is now part of the Vayner Nation. And Lee Jacobson, 25th birthday. Big shout out from your brother Lowell, who's a huge Vaniac we're friends of. Meet me in San Francisco tonight if you're in the area. But once again, let me tell you what the rules are. If you buy the book as a Father's Day gift, and I know you got uncles and grandpas, I know a lot of you already bought the book, but we're doing a little bit of a special thing. On June 4th, Mott, June 4th is the Father's Day Vaniac book giveaway. If you buy it, send the receipt from Amazon to, or Barnes & Nobles, or wherever you buy it, to fathersday@winelibrary.com with your receipt, and also at the top of the email, put your address. We will send you a very special 4th edition wristband, wherever you want, to your dad. You can keep it however you want to roll. fathersday@winelibrary.com. The receipt, June 4th is the purchase day. It's on June 4th is the giveaway. You buy the book for a Father's Day gift, and you get the 4th generation wristband first. And if we get enough, those are going to be the only people that get it. So it's going to be really cool. I'm excited about it. Please be a part of that. Thank you, everybody who's supported the book already. I know you've gotten the free shipping code with the email to books@winelibrary.com, but we have another special surprise coming for you guys, because we just want to keep giving you presents, because you, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, whether they like it or not.